Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video. In today's video I want to take a look at JDM cars for sale in South Africa. I'm going to be using multiple sites like Gumtree, which is by far the most popular when it comes to selling cars, OLX and Junk Mail. I found a few cars that are already put together and well, we're going to jump right into it. So the first one that we have on our list is an R32 GTR. This one's for sale for 400,000 Rand, which is basically, I've got to pull out the calculator for this, $28,000. So $28,000 buys you a pretty good looking machine. It's got the N1 spec bumpers, just like my car. I don't know what wheels those are. Leather interior, I don't know. I probably would have kept the suede Alcantara, I don't know, whatever I've got. I like that wing. That thing's cool. I forgot the name of it. I was supposed to get one for my car. I never ended up getting it, but anyway, he's got it. Super cool. Nice car. Looks good in white. So this car's for sale for 400,000 Rand, $28,000. It has got a huge parts though, 62,000 kilometers on the clock. I wonder if that's legit, because I did see something here. He's got the 320k per hour cluster thing. Is it really 62 or maybe it's 162? We don't know. Built motor, that's a good sign. GT3072 Gen 2, great turbo, Mitsubishi rad, HKS fuel rail, roll, gritty cams, truss sump, carried oil pump. It's got a decent spec list. It's got a big spec list actually, with a cracked windscreen. Nice car. Probably a good price if you're in the States and you have to bring it across. So we're working on no order here, so let's just move on to the next one. Next one's a GTT34. I have no idea how this guy got the car SA registered. I've mentioned in the past we can't register non-GTRs unless you live overseas for a period of 12 months and you own the car for 12 months. Then you can bring pretty much anything you want across. Probably the case with this one, I'm not going to argue the fact. So he's got rear iconic Nissan Skyline GTT34. It's a head turner, blah blah. He's replaced the turbo, serviced, and decided to strip the car for a full nut and bolt show and shine restoration. K-Sport discs and calipers, shock sport from Germany at 109,000 Rand. 109,000 Rand is like 7,000 US dollars, I think. Whip out the calculator. Yeah, 7,700 US dollars. It's got an RV25 in it and it is SA registered. Looks okay, a little bit dusty. It's alright. I mean, I'm not a fan of non-GTR R34s. I mean, I do like a GTST, GTS, etc. in R32 form, R33 form. However, 34s look odd if they don't have the full GTR kit. I don't know. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I see what you're saying here. So you spend 109k, $7,000 on this and some shocks. Those shocks. This does look cool though. Is it on the car? I wonder if it's on the car. Anyway, moving on. 220,000 Rand. That gives you 15,000 US dollars. Is it worth it? I don't know. I wouldn't pay that much for a non-GTR, but each their own. Still great car. Probably get better performance than my car out of it. What did he say? Like 500 kilowatts? No, that was the other guy's car. I don't know how many kilowatts this one is. Moving on. S14, Nissan Silver. Now bear in mind, I've just quickly clicked on these ads. I haven't seen all of them. And we're just running through this as we're going along. This car's got 175,000 kilometers in it. It's a Cape Town car. 2-year build with the motor currently ready for oil change. Okay, car's all about GSR. So he's done less than 2,000 kilometers on the rebuilt engine. Car's in his name, which is great, and he's got paperwork up to 2019 November. He's got the spare keys. He's got a SR20 DOT, wasn't a forged piston conrods, crankshaft, big shopping list, Garrett GT3071R, So this was probably like the first spec one, not the GTX series. Budget-y dump valve, external wastegate, HKS SSQV dump valve. It's got an Apex-C, Power FC, nice. I know a lot of you guys hate it, but I like it. It's old school stuff, and I know it doesn't do all the stuff that a Helltech does and everything else, or whatever. I still like it. He's got a great detail with this post. I like this. So cool post. Car looks like a sleeper from the outside. For sure a sleeper. That is cool. I like this. Take a look at the inside. He's got a Sparker wheel. He's got the pillar mounted gauge pods. He's got a Sparker gear knob. This looks like a AVCR, Apex-C AVCR. I don't see the Power FC hand controller, so it's probably just the ECU in the car. Who knows? Full leather interior. That water methanol? Is it water meth? Does he have meth in the car? Yes, he does. Devil's Own Progressive Methanol Kit. Cool. Very cool. I totally get this car. This is super cool. For 160k, so I think, let's do a test here. I think it's like $10,000. $11,400. Yeah, it's a good price for what it is. Moving on. Now remember, this is a right-hand drive car. Before I forget, not in left-hand drive is 14. Cool car, 95. Next, moving on to the Supra. I haven't actually seen this ad at all. Saw it now for the first time. It's sitting in Vryheid, Drakensberg, in the middle of nowhere. Toyota Supra. It's got front mount intercooler from what I can see. 2JC, tuned by men. Cool. It's got a different throttle body. Big ass turbo. It looks like a GTX 42 something. 4285. Big 100mm intake. Or more. Let's see. SA Reg GTE engine. Okay, so it wasn't 2JZ GTE. Yeah, okay, so it is probably the twin turbo variant initially. So it's a GTX 42. I got that much right. I didn't get the rest of the trim right. But anyway, head has been worked. It's got 272 Brian Grauer cams. Titanium retainer, rev kit, Brian Grauer again. Forged internal 6-speed T56 Tremec gearbox. Quartermaster clutch. Blah, blah, blah. It's a decent spec list. Pretty good. I mean, I'm sure this thing makes a hell of a lot of power for being a 2J. I like it. Wouldn't mind one. For the price, a lot of money. I think this would be like $33,000. 140,000 over 14. 31,400. It's actually 14.4 at the moment, but whatever. 14 is easier. Moving on, MR2. I've seen this ad, and no offense to the seller, but I think you're slightly misled. So in the ad, you've got that it's collectible car, which cool, yeah, that's fine. You say it's a GTS model, and then you say, where was it? Original 2-liter normal aspirated non-turbo Toyota engine. So this should be normally aspirated non-turbo. And then somewhere in here, or might have been an old ad. When was this ad posted? In January. Okay, you've probably edited the ad, but it used to say 3S GTE in here, and then it still said normally aspirated or normal aspirated non-turbo Toyota engine. This is a GT model, no, a GTS with 3S GE. So it's not really collectible. And that's a lot of money for what you wanted. I believe this ad was at 130,000 Rand initially. As far as I remember. Price has been dropping steadily. I mean, the car does look like it's in pretty decent condition. The steering wheel looks great for what it is. The interior looks pretty good. These seats aren't legit. I mean, it didn't come with leather seats, so that was redone. mean, the interior does look good, but that's a hell of an asking price. In all honesty, I mean, there's a 3SG, you can see it from a mile away. In all honesty, this car's probably only worth about 65,000 Rand maximum. Not because I have one, I'm not knocking on you, it's just, I know the value of this thing. And you're going to be paying about 120,000 Rand upwards for a stock standard GT, I don't know what model, but 3S GTE variant with a turbo, 120 up. So I mean 98 for this, expensive. Plus you got 201,000 kilometers, and it's a 1990. I paid half the price of this for my one. Well less half the price. Right, moving on very swiftly. I've been considering this car and I decided not to get it. I wanted it for myself. 60,000 Rand before we get into this thing. I mean, you can already see what it is. 60,000 Rand, not a lot of money, it's $4,285 for a Veilside RX7 FD3S. You cannot register this one on the road because it came cross-border. The guy's got no papers for it. There's also no motor, there's no gearbox. No papers, so it probably crossed Lesotho or Namibia or wherever, into South Africa illegally. And a car like this, unfortunately, yeah, we have to bring it in as a collector's item the way I did both of my RX-7s. And that was getting NRCS paperwork, RTAC paperwork, and a whole lot of other stuff approved prior to actually getting the vehicle landed in the country at the port. And it's a long and hard process, and you know, you got to drop emotions out of everything, because my first one that I imported, it was scary, and yeah, you know, you kind of just got to go with the flow and work on the Japan time, because they're pretty relaxed over there, to be honest. And anyway, my cars are here, thankfully, and they're both registered. And GTRs actually all the cars are registered, which is great. But this car unfortunately can't anymore, especially that it's in the country. If it was in Botswana or Lesotho, wherever it came from, then maybe you could still make a plan. But it's here now, we can't do anything. That being said, it is Veilside FD or Veilside kit on an FD. It looks crazy, so cool, and it's super cheap. Like I said, $4,200 rolling chassis. I mean, I could literally just take everything off and throw it onto my silver FD. Definitely not the black one, it's the auto, but onto the silver FD, and I'm done. I mean, I just need to get the front headlights. Apparently, I believe he's got the bumper. He said something that the dash is missing, but obviously if I'd throw it onto my silver FD, then wouldn't need anything. I mean, look at that. Holy crap. Veilside. Rees, I know you're watching, and I know you want this car. So, Veilside FD. Right, moving on to the next one. We're on a Mitsubishi 3000 GT here. This is a left-hand drive one that I found on a website called OLX. This is a local car, and it's been registered in South Africa. So we had a rule that I think came into place in 2004, 2005. Might be off in the years, but we're no longer allowed to import any left-hand drive vehicles at all into South Africa. And, well, prior to that, people could. So this car obviously landed a while ago, before 2004, 2005. And it was registered somehow, so the person probably owned it in Europe or wherever. I don't actually know where this car came from. But it's a left-hand drive spec. So, left-hand drive, it's a manual. It's a really good asking price for what it is. Or for me, rather. I mean, if I had to buy one in Japanese auctions, I wouldn't be able to bring it in because it's not on our collector's item list, which sucks. But pretty cheap because it's here and it's registered. Engine bay looks great. It's super dusty, but I mean, everything's here, stock. Such a tight engine bay. I dig this car. It's a really, really good looking car. I think you're missing one Tailpiece, yeah. This is so nice. It's pretty cheap. No. Alright, papers in order, collections item, rare fine trading is welcome. I think it's actually sitting at a dealer. See those pictures again? Yeah, look at that. Rifle range automotive? Rifle range garage, I don't know. CG auto. Okay, cool. Alright, well, there's a cheap USDM or Euro left-hand drive 3000 GT non-turbo. This is the 3-litre V6 rear-wheel drive non-turbo. Still great platform to work with. And finally, moving on to, probably should have ended off on the Veilside, but anyway, this shitbox for 25 grand. Oh, sorry, go back to this thing. So this thing is 60,000 over 14. That's 4285. Oh, it's the same price as the Veilside car. And then this thing was 25,000 to 1,700 US dollars. 100,000 kilometers or miles ish, plus minus. Needs to refit fuel tank. Pump needs to be replaced. New tires, dash strip to recover. Dashboards to rebuild. Paperwork in order. Office invited. So you'll probably take a little bit lower. I don't know if there's an engine in this car. I don't know if there's a drivetrain in this car. It is up on stands. I'm really not sure, but it is licensed and it is legal. And it's cool if you're into this older spec Supra. But I'll probably give this a miss, to be honest. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this little series. This was looking at JDM cars in South Africa. I don't know if I'll make this into a full-on series. Maybe do this once a month. You let me know in the comment section. Just something where I can sit down and talk to you guys and show you what's for sale in South Africa. I mean, this is pretty much the extent of the JDM cars that I see. Some of these cars have been for sale for a little while now. Some of them have, well, some of them are new. I think like the GTR was listed recently. And yeah, I mean, let me know in the comment section. We can always do this again another time. Guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video. Peace. I think I just flipped the wrong sign that way. Peace.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.